Welcome to Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Hi everyone, Jason Hunt here, inviting you to join us every Saturday morning for news, the week's headlines in science fiction, fantasy, horror, comic books, video games, plus Comic-Con updates and the weather, and the occasional interview along the way. We call it Good Morning Multiverse. We hope you join us every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central, right here on Sci-Fi for Me TV.
Madness Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content. Tune in and subscribe to Comic Talk with Pops Van Zant on YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sean Fry. Oh, it's been a minute since you've been here, man.
Yeah, it's been a busy 2 months promoting Cody every which way and every show I could get on. Well, we finally at the end now.
Oh, you are funded. I'm looking at the campaign on the other monitor here. but folks in watching here, just barely, just
Yeah.
barely. So let's still 3 days left to boost this thing.
Yes.
You gonna leave it in demand, or are you gonna just
Yeah,
be
it's
done?
gonna go in demand. We're gonna leave it in demand after it's done. But pretty much everything is done. The book is done. I'm lettering it as we speak. And it's been a fun ride promoting Cody, getting him out there, and we've enjoyed all the little buzz and stuff. We got a few little fan art things we got for him that we're gonna stick in the book, and yeah, it's been fun. Like just promoting Cody and the buzz he's been getting, and we plan on doing a lot more with Cody going on in the 3B universe.
That's got to be cool having fan art come in of your character, just seeing other
Yes,
people's interpretation.
yeah, that's amazing. It's just fun because when you make a character and you do your little cool little designs for it, you just don't know if it resonates properly. And Cody's been getting that response. It's like I love collecting. I collect all of them, and if I keep getting more fan art, I'm gonna try to stick them all in the book before it get printed.
I'd like to see Bill Sienkiewicz do a Cody, because it'd be like 3 miles of hair just kind of going out in his exaggerated style that he does.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool because it gets to the point like even with my dad, like I'll be like from like panel to panel sometimes. It's like I was like, Cody, your hair is like getting bigger every time you do.
Kind of like Power Girl's boobs, they that was that was the gag with Jerry Conway and Wally Wood when they were introducing Power Girl. Was the second time they did her, Wally drew her breasts just a little bit larger than they were last time, and Jerry's like, let's just keep doing that until somebody notices. And then somebody in editorial noticed and said, tame it in, boys. And so they got smaller, and then they got larger, and then there was a window so where you could watch them grow like a little terrarium, I guess. But yeah, Cody's hair does that.
It's sweet.
Hair, it grows.
Yes.
And it's anti-gravity. It's growing in anti-gravity. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, exactly. There's no barb to tame it.
Exactly. Yeah. But Cody's not the only thing on this campaign either. You've got a lot of Interstellar.
Interstellar. She's we initially when we were planning out the campaign, she was just going to be the backup feature in the back of Cody, but we ended up splitting her off into her own book that she was completely done. We ended up splitting her off with her own book, and from there, you can get both of them with the feature tier. You can get both books, and the same old with the things. These are red label titles. These are first like mature titles under 3B, Cody and Interstellar, and pretty much with those this is our chance like to really like push the envelope that we can't really do like with Youth Mob and things like that, because that's more of our family friendly titles. This one we just had fun just putting as much like we didn't hold limits pretty much with like what we wanted to do with it. We had ideas like to stretch it now, like we can jump over like certain boundaries like under our red label titles, and that's what these two are.
Yep. Let it all hang out, and
yes.
just have like men's adventure kind of stories, the space pulp stuff.
Yes.
You've seen, I don't know, maybe you haven't seen the covers for the old pulp magazines that were all space adventures.
Yep.
Those things were gorgeous and sexy, and they made you want to buy the book. You didn't care what was inside. You just saw the cover and you're like, I have to own that piece of artwork.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's pretty much what we do with our books, especially under the red label. Those gonna be just having fun, just sticking as much references and things that two generations come together can come up with, and that's the blending with our universe so far.
Well, your dad does a heck of a job with the painting on these things.
Thank you.
Mike Walters drops in to like and share and say hi. Appreciate that, Mike. We got to get more eyeballs here on 3B Comics, the Biff Bam Boom of it all. I am going to restructure the look of the page just a little bit here so that I can. Oh, okay. StreamYard, I sent you the notice where you need to pop these things out so I don't have to scroll a mile to do this stuff. But I want to take that off so I can bring that up, and we can take a look at some of this Cody Valiant stuff here. Every time I look at it, the colors on this thing, the juxtaposition of all of them, the contrast, the brightness,
Yeah.
and coupled with the look on his face, like doesn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, you got 20 guns pointed at me. You're kind of short.
Yes, exactly. That's the no nonsense, carefree attitude of Cody. He grew up in space, ran into a bunch of aliens. This is every day to him. It's not much that can get up under his skin. He sees this on a daily basis.
And he doesn't have a lot of friends out in space.
No.
Now he's an outlaw. So have we ever talked about what he does for money to be an outlaw? I mean, you think outlaw, you think he's a wanted man by somebody who is within the law.
Exactly. Yeah. Cody is he does every little job that he can pick up or something like that. Because he has things to repair, like on his ship and stuff. He got to keep the repairs going for his ship and things like that. And Cody takes all types of weird, odd jobs and things like that, just so he get the credits and stuff for build repairs and things like that. And that's the thing with all those weird, odd jobs, he has everybody looking at him. He's a wanted man.
It kind of sounds like not necessarily a mercenary, but I'll have to see the jobs to find out. But it sounds kind of like the old pulp stories of Private Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They'd always get called on to do some weird thing for somebody, but they got the cash, so I'm
Exactly.
gonna do the job.
Yeah, and that's what we doing with Cody. He like takes up like okay, he got to pick up this thing from this planet or something like that, bring it back to somebody, things like that, or he's has to pick up somebody or like transport them to somewhere else, and it's every little bit things because that's gonna help just you explore the character, get to know him, plus you get to see all the cool things that we have going on in the space.
Yeah. Now, folks, if you're hesitant about this, you just want to try it out. The $7 digital copy's right there in front of you. The link to this, I'm going to say it up here in front right now so that you don't hear it at the end of the video where I'll say it again. The link is right below this video. Just look down there, hit the link to the Indiegogo, pick the one you want because it's got 3 days left before it goes in demand. Delivery on this is November 2022. It is November 2022. Sean, are you going to have this out by the end of next week?
Yes, it is going completely out. Yeah, it's pretty much done. This letter now we're doing like just making sure like all the spell checks and all that, make sure all that's laid properly. But the digital is going out. Digital is just the main story. Physical has like a little few extra things, like a little because we worked on a little Cody origin story, so you can get a better understanding of him through like things that he has on the ship, and that's only in the physical copy. You get that, but the just the main story straight out is the digital copy. And you get just the full complete story of just Cody and his adventures.
Yeah. Now, if you want physical, of course, for $30, you can get two physical books, Cody and Interstella, who we'll see here in a little bit. Now, they're both spacefaring. They're both pretty people. Do they know each other yet, or
not yet?
You got plans for them to intersect?
Not yet. We plan on having a cool little crossover with them later on, but at the initial start, they're in two different areas at the moment. But that's they're going to cross over eventually.
Yeah. And if you want to just get them both in digital, you got a $14 bundle right here, which is a no-brainer for two digitals. One person's claimed it. We got one really smart person out there who decided to go in on both of them. Um,
Yeah.
the art is so photorealistic. I mean, is your dad working with like Mid-Journey AI or something to generate these things and then painting over them? How's he
No,
getting it to look so real?
no. It's just basically what he does is, since it's like the digital style, he like models like heads and stuff like that, and then he like positions them where he needs them, and then he does his layouts on top of things like that, and then he uses like a lot of references like the bottle where he needed position and things like that, and then he just builds on top of that and just lays.
Yep. I know some artists who do exactly that. It's it looks like like George Peter Gatzis does his characters, and it looks like the spaceship is two-dimensional on the page, but he's actually modeled a three-dimensional spaceship that looks like a cartoon, and he just changes the position of it
Yeah.
and rotates it and dives into it and goes through it. It's a full 3D thing. So put them where you want, snap the picture, there's your panel.
Yeah, and it helps with, so he can get the right angles he needs, and he doesn't have to imagine what it looks like from all different angles. He has it, so he can just build on, do it, lay it out properly.
Yeah. And I love this scene here because it's just Cody in a bar. He's scoping out the chick. These, Tusker things here have come in and they're like, hey, asshole, fight us. And he doesn't even look at him. He doesn't look at him. He just like, yeah, you guys. Flips him off without a glance. Total disrespect. Which they don't like.
Yeah. Those are Cody's villains for this one. They're called the Oinks. Basically, they're hybrid alien pig like biker gang type of thing. They are the scum of the universe. They are no nonsense and no redeeming qualities to these characters.
So we don't mind when he breaks out the gun and just does this.
No, their personalities, they're unredeemable. And it's just a cool, fun little set of villains that we did for Cody, and they got really cool personalities and things like that, because all of this was like hybrids of like the little cooler animation I did. And like my dad said, like once I finished it and he loved it, he's like, okay, I got to retool the book, because we was halfway done with Cody, and he's like, we was missing the element, and it was those characters that we was missing to really flesh out the thing, and we had to add them, and it's been like my dad like built off of what I had like initially, and then he just kept going and retooling it, building it into the characters we got today.
Yeah, that was a classic element of a lot of cartoons and adventures from the 70s and 80s was you had your hero and he had his main plot, but there were like the recurring not necessarily villains, just like just scum, the lowlifes. Who's like, oh, the hero's trying to do this thing. This is our chance to make him look bad. And they do their own little subplot. And of course, he's like, sometimes he doesn't even attend to them because they screw it up themselves.
Exactly. And that's what they are. That's what the Oinks are, basically. Those are every so often you will get to see them. It'll be a different set of them, but that's their whole little thing is like they don't take disrespect very lightly, and Cody constantly disrespects them, so that it angers them even more. And that was all the titles under 3B so far, and our character right here, Otto, from Youth Mall, basically helping us promote Cody.
Yeah, these posters are cool, and I like that there's a consistency of art style between the different books. They look like they belong together.
Thank you. Yeah, and those are the two characters that's going forward with Cody, the reoccurring characters that you're going to see. They also mercenaries and bounty hunters coming after Cody.
Oh, okay, so they're not friends. They're going to come out. I want that coat. I wouldn't be able to pull it off, but it just looks cool. That upturned collar, and it's this bright yellow. It's not dark, made to hide in shadows, made to be kind of unnoticeable. It's literally screaming, hey, look at me.
Exactly. And that's the hybrid of like my inspirations. I was like, Cody needs this bright, colorful jacket because that's the type of thing like an anime character would wear. It's something loud and in your face, and that fits Cody's personality because he's not trying to hide from anybody.
Yeah, there's no nonchalant sitting at a bar is like, where's Co? Oh, he's right there.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
do you have is it just the one cover or do you have multiple covers? I mean, there's
Just one cover for this one, and then later on we'll see if we do multiple covers. But like, cause my dad's not like really big on like variant covers. Like he wanted to do like a main cover, and then if we do something else, then we'll have probably a one alternate. But he was never a big fan of like a bunch of different variant covers of the same book. That was just his thing.
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm not really crazy about it myself. Um, and you guys have got so many characters just waiting to be seen. I know a handful of them have been in Youth Mob.
Yes.
Some of them are going to start showing up in Cody. Um,
Yeah, and that's just a
there we
handful of everything that we got so far. Like we still at the very beginning, and that was like all the characters. And you're gonna over the few years, you're gonna know every character that's on that banner behind us.
Okay, so the characters that I know and don't know, there's you and your dad. That's as far as I know. Biff Bam Boom Comics. Who's this guy over here? What's his role in the company?
Dad right there standing up, and one at the bottom is my there's my friend that's teaching me animation. That's our friend teaching us animation. And that's pretty much the trio basically. Like me and my dad, we do the comics, and then he's helping me do the animation, and that's what we do from project to project. So if I'm not jumping in with the comics right here, then I'm also working on the little animation things, and that's just the back and forth nature that we're doing so far.
So are your animations right now generally to like run promotional ads for the books, or are you looking to do something larger scale?
Promotional ads mainly right now because I'm still learning it, still getting the hang of it, and we're gonna slowly upscale from there. But right now, it's everything I'm making right now is to help promote our books and things that we different projects we're working on.
Now, oh, look at this! You got a chibi. You got a chibi Cody.
Yep.
Is that going to be a sticker of some kind, or?
Yes, that's gonna be a sticker, and I think a few buttons too. It's gonna be a set of buttons too.
Everybody loves the Chiefs. Now, why did I scrolled all the way down here looking for Interstella? She ain't there. Where's my Interstella?
Interstellar is there. All I can do is put the little trailer up for her. Like I can't really show too many of the pages because throughout
Go doesn't like, yeah.
throughout the book she is.
You got to put those little smiley faces on all the right things.
I've seen other campaigns that had pretty much fully clothed characters get taken down and wrecked, messed with.
Oh, I put up a character. I was doing an interview with the people behind Rags, and I had a picture of her. She was there in a bikini, and she was standing, and YouTube took it down before I could even launch the stream because I used to do these things in advance, believe it or not. Because the AI couldn't tell that the bikini was a drastically enough different color than her skin.
Right.
So
okay.
So it's like she was wearing like this beige bikini. I ended up having to put like a sandwich board over her body and said, this I have to wear this for YouTube is basically what I put on the sandwich board. It looked like she had one of those the end is nigh kind of things, or closeout sale happening.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've seen that with like bigger campaigns, and that I was like, these characters are like got bikinis on, and it's getting hit like this. I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna do with my character Stella. I'm like, she's not in a bikini through most of this book.
This is her video here, right?
That's our video right there.
All right, we're gonna watch it. That means I've got to stop sharing the screen and then represent it because I didn't think I was going to have to share sound, so I didn't turn it on. Okay, there it is. Let's give this thing a go. Okay, let's stop a second here. It's not expanding. Why are you not expanding the way I want you to?
Pop had the same issue. He said something about like if it expanded or something, he said it will like kick him out or something like that. I'm
No, no, there's the expand button right there. It just doesn't like it. Full screen is unavailable. Oh, well, you know what? If I go here and I go to YouTube and do it, now it's available. So let's bring this back to the beginning. All right.
sweet.
More than one way to skin this cat. Yeah, that works. All right, let me take that back to where it needs to go. I don't need to look at that anymore. We'll take off the YouTube page and bring it back to that. So yeah, I'm probably going to get a YouTube strike for the music because it happens. I'll just mute it so everybody can still see. So yeah, you told me she shows up sort of like a crash meteor kind of thing.
Exactly.
And a
And
lot of stuff burned up on re-entry in the atmosphere.
exactly. And from there, like it's fast paced. Like soon as like it happens, it's like everything is going on. It's fast paced. We didn't really take our time with that one. This one's like a nice little cool, quick read, like go through. And it from what I'm hearing so far from people saying they really loved her. They want more of her. Like we designed this one just to be like a nice little cool one shot, but the response I'm getting from her is
Yeah.
like, okay, we need a few more of her.
You have a strong, sexy female lead character.
Yes.
Sorry, you're stuck with her now.
Yeah,
It's gonna
exactly.
be like
And, I love the character. Like me and my dad love the character, and she's helped like push like the boundaries. Like everything that we showed with Cody's pages that we've learned after finishing Stella. Like because like initially, like my dad did her, like he did half of Cody, then he went to Stella and started her up and went through, and then we was like, okay, we're gonna just push through it, and then like the panel layouts and things like that will help flesh out Cody better, like give Cody like his action scenes and set pieces better. Like we had more fun like putting all the panels together, like and we learned all that after we finished Stella, like finished laying her out. And the response I've gotten for her is really nice. They want more of her, and then it's always cool like when they really responding well to the characters that you're making.
yeah. When the fans say that thing you did, do more of that thing.
Yes,
What you do is you do more of that thing.
exactly.
Um, I hate when creators like they do this great thing and then they're like, yeah, that thing you did, do more of that. And they're like, oh, sorry, it's gone to Netflix now. We're doing it all different, but it's all the same. It's just different now.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not the same.
Exactly. That's pretty much what we're doing. We listening. We like that's pretty much what we want to do. We want to just put out all our best work and then give everybody what they want from our universe.
Now, speaking of your universe, you were showing all the other different titles in the 3B universe. Are they available in this campaign as add-ons or?
And they are available only through the collector's box. The collector's box has all the books. The only other thing you can get them in is the digital library. Those you can get all digital versions of them, and then with this one, all the other books are inside the collector's box.
All right, so this digital library is 6 total books.
Yeah.
But if you get the collector's box, you get a collector's box with the Cody Valiant cover. Do you have those in hand already? How do they look?
Pretty much similar to like the Youth Mob one. I haven't got the mock-up box yet.
Okay.
I sent it off and I'm about to get a mock-up box of it soon. But it's pretty much just like how our collector's box is for like our Youth Mob one, and this one's the Cody version of it. It's gonna have all the cool little things. It's all the books, a few prints, trading cards, a T-shirt, and all that inside the collector's box.
That's right. You guys print your own T-shirts, right?
Yes, pretty much everything is in house for the most part. It's better and more convenient that way. The only thing is pretty much outsourced is just the printing of the comics itself, and that's we get them printed at Comic Wellsprings. That's our main printer.
They are good. I recommend.
I know they work. They've done every book and title I've done so far, and I plan on continuing with them.
You know what? One of these days, somebody's going to just like you're doing everything in house. I know somebody else. Hero Shack has a T-shirt press that they're doing their own T-shirts. Somebody's going to get a printer. Somebody's going to actually get the offset or the digital printer that does the duplex printing with saddle stitching, and they're just going to be like, you want one? Hang on a second.
Yes.
Hit the button. Here it is. I'm going to put it in an envelope now and mail it to you, fresh off the press.
Yes, that's the next step. That's the next step. Pretty much that's what I want to do. I want to get everything pretty much in house as much as possible, and that way I can just get it done, pop in, out, and off to where it needs to be.
And you're not paying anybody else the overhead. I mean, you're buying supply. I mean, if you want it truly in house, you got to go chop down trees and mill it into paper, and but let's not get crazy here.
Nah, not that far, but pretty much that's the main goal, is to get everything in house, so it's easy to ship and send to where it needs to be.
Yeah. Now you do have I showed the $30 tier up front, but you do have a $35 tier, which will get both of these books again, but they become signed.
Yeah, those are the signed copies.
Who's signing them? You or your dad or both?
Both of us signing them, each one. And it just for that one, we signing those, laying them out, and then that's pretty much it. With those, that's for the signed versions, and you can just get the physical versions.
Okay, now this is 64 pages combined, the two books together. So they're slightly thicker than your average floppy, but they're not they're not graphic novel length yet. Not until you've got an arc that you reprint.
Exactly.
And you do have the Cody Valiant T-shirt with a horrible crop job that they did on the insert of the
preview thing. It was pretty weird, but yeah, it's pretty much the nice. That's the logo. Pretty much the cover. I had an idea from actually my uncle. He said, like, make sure, like, when you do all the Cody T-shirts, make sure it's all the covers and stuff like that. I was like, okay, that's perfect.
Yeah. Now, you've done Youth Mob number 0, Cody Valiant 0. This is Interstellar 0. Have you guys hit a number 1 issue yet? Because you got a lot of books out there that does not start numbering.
Not yet. The number 1's getting ready to come now, because we're getting ready to start Youth Mob 1, and then Cody 1. We're getting ready to start up, but now we're getting ready to jump into the number 1s. That's just a little thing I want to do. That was my thing that I want to do. Like, once we start basically getting our number 1s going, is like, once we hit number 1, you got the number 1 book, but at the same time, you can also check out these zeros that give you it's pretty much is the way the process I thought of it basically is I'm getting multiple number 1s out of just the number 1 set, basically. So I already did the origin in 0, pretty much that, and then here's the number 1 issue that hits the ground running with the book. So it's basically to have 2 number 1s without saying I got multiple number 1s.
Yeah, a 0 issue is good for, like, here's an adventure. You're going to meet this character.
Yeah,
and he there he is. He does something. He wins. It's over. Ideally, it won't launch into number 1, but sometimes it does. event comics like to do that. Like, Blackest Night, I think, had a free comic book day that was a 0 issue that launched into, the actual series. But, for the most part, you want it to be, here's your Baskin Robbins little spoon to taste what it's like.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what we offering with the 0 issues. Like every new character we introduce has just go through the 0 first, and then from there we gauge the response properly, and then okay, now once they get a number 1, that means that they're getting an ongoing series, pretty much that they're continuing on.
So you've got to be already planning to launch something else. I mean, you're getting ready to deliver this.
Yes.
You can't let 3B be silent on the internet. You've got to start generating the wave of excitement for the next product.
Exactly.
Which is
the next project is Youth Mob number 1. We wanted the Youth Mob number 1 next, and that's pretty much because we did like cool little animations for it on our YouTube channel that they could check out, just to show off the characters and things like that. But that's the next direction that we're going in, is Youth Mob, and then Cody number 1, and then that's pretty much where we're going forward now.
Excellent. So do you have a launch date on that?
No launch date on that one yet. It's to be determined at the moment. We're still doing a little preps in the planning phase right now for it, but we're getting ready to.
Yeah, don't let things cool. I mean, you should be tweeting out. You should be tweeting out one of the 3 covers every day in a cycle. It's like, here's Cody's picture, here's Interstella's picture, here's Youth Mob's picture, here's Cody's picture. Just keep that going out there so people don't forget you're there.
Exactly.
This is I'm every time I see it, I'm just as excited as I was the last time. I'm like, yep, this is the book I want. So you've got 3 days to get it, folks. It's going to happen. It is funded, but let's come on, $47 over funding. People, please. This is a unique looking book. You're not going to find anything else like this out there right now until people start copying it, and then and then you'll see it. But
but pretty much like that's something we not pretty much worried about, especially like right now is just to just get the word out. We need as many eyeballs on it, help us get as much advertisement and it out there as possible. I've seen it done with like few creators and stuff, like even even in like the movie industry, when they like Tyler Perry, basically like his whole thing like blew up because people were basically bootlegging his plays and stuff like that, and that helped get the word out on his products and stuff. And then slowly, when he became known, then that's when it became more in-house. Like, if you really want to support me, take care of keep the lights on basically for our projects and things like that, buy from our things. And then that's where basically today, now he owns his own studio.
yeah, he's kicking out a Medea project every other year.
Yes.
So have you I know you've been doing the conventions. Were you been anywhere recently?
Convention scene, the last one we just recently did was like Missouri Con. That was last month. That was the last one in the St. Louis area for last month. I was gonna do the Arch what is it? Archon 45.
Oh, Archon. Yeah, I was there. I was looking for you.
Yeah, I was looking. I was getting ready to go there. We tried to get inside, but I ended up doing something else that weekend. But that was the plan to do that because I wanted to work. I wanted to work the show there too. Because it was like something I thought I was like last minute on, but I still had time to do it, and I was like, dang, I missed it.
Well, I'll have to catch you there next year, maybe. But
I plan on being there next year.
All right, yeah, because we'd have done a show, man. I'd have set up the phone somewhere. We'd have streamed and just started show your table and everything. Or if you didn't come with a table, bring a book and we'll make that happen.
Sweet, yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Oh, look, we're doing so well that the porn bots are here. Time to block the porn bots. But we do appreciate the traffic that you gave us. Thank you so much. Glad to have any kind of traffic. I haven't had porn bots on my channel in a while. We must be doing something right. Um, you know what it was that it was all that Interstellar stuff that we put up there. The AI said they're thinking about sex over there. Go go give them some links. And I wouldn't mind it so much if your links actually went to porn, but they're going to viruses and all kinds of stuff. So be honest about what you're giving us, guys. So now here's the thing about conventions, and I don't know how you guys would work this because when you go to a convention and you meet an artist like your dad, you're like, hey, can you draw me an Interstellar? Does he do that because he does so much digital and so much painting? Is he able to take like a sketch pad and say, yeah, here we go? Just
he do that now. Yeah, at the tables, he'll do a sketch up for you real quick of the characters and things like that. But his main thing is like just digital. But he still does do sketches like he recently, like our last show that we did, he did a nice little Daredevil that he did, just the yellow and red Daredevil, and
classic.
he did the whole little process from scratch. And I recorded him doing it. Is up on our YouTube channel of him just doing it.
I don't know why I think that somebody who's doing mostly digital work can't sketch, because it's not like the computer did all the work and you just kind of filled in colors. You have to know how to draw to be able to draw on a digital platform. So
yeah,
and he teaches art, so I figure he knows his stuff.
Yeah, it's just he transferred over to digital because it was just more. It was better on his eyes. Basically, it was like the fine details he couldn't really do on paper anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Like a huge sheet, but the little fine details he can't do anymore. It's hard on his eyes, but on digital he can zoom in and enhance and get all the everything that he needs like laid out properly.
Yeah. You can get ink in all the tiny little crevices that you couldn't do traditional style, unless, like you said, it was like a piece of paper the size of the wall.
Yeah.
And then you just shrink it down. Man, I would love to meet you guys at a con and just sit down and talk about your books and get your dad to sketch me something. And
Sweet. Yeah, he
hang out. Is Wizard World happening this April? I know that they move it around all the time.
Yeah, it's Fan Expo here now.
Oh, they changed the name. Okay.
Yeah, it's Fan Expo St. Louis now. Yeah, we plan on being there too. It's in, I think, either June or July when they're gonna be here. Yeah, they said last year was the last time it was Wizard World, and this year is Fan Expo now.
I wonder if it'll be any different. I never saw any comic publishers when I went. I used to have a table at Wizard World a couple of years in a row. And, I always went to comic book conventions to see the comic book people, the comic book publishers.
Yeah. It was like 3 I saw that was just independent publishers themselves. Like it was the role of like artists, like Marvel DC artists on the outer wing, and then there's like 3 or 4 like indie, just straight indie publishers that I ran into.
This was at Missouri Con?
This is at Fan Expo, St. Louis.
Oh, the last one they did. Okay.
Yeah, this is the last one they did. It was pretty nice. It was big crowd. It picked up. Like Friday was like kind of slow because everybody was getting set up. Saturday was real busy, and then Sunday was pretty nice too.
Sunday's the best day to be patient at your table, because Sunday's the day, like all the people who came, they're realizing, hey, it's the last day. I still have money left, and people have left who were vendors. What can I buy?
Yeah.
And you're there. So you're like, you can drop your money off right here.
Yeah, we did pretty well there too. People picked up a few T-shirts, a bunch of comics and things from us, and yeah, it was real nice.
What was Missouri Con like? Do you have any names that were recognizable there, or was it just sort of
it was
local folk?
It was a few celebrities, like it was like a couple wrestlers. It was, I think the voice actor for Sailor Moon was there, and I think that was pretty much it. It was a lot of like voice actors and things like that that they had.
Yeah,
So
that sounds like Northwest Arkansas Con that's happening again in January, I think. Uh, when I went there, it was, I mean, they had Michael Rosenbaum, who was, Lex Luthor on Smallville,
yeah,
uh, but he was there as a voice actor. They had um, several different voice actors who for shows I didn't recognize because I'm not a huge anime watcher.
hmm
And then some guy who did voices for the Turtles. He's got a big thing on. I mean, when he showed up, he had the four turtles marching with a boombox on their shoulder, and the kids were just getting free pictures with him. It was awesome.
that's
Um,
cool.
all right, well,
Yeah,
I should send you the NWA stuff. That's Northwest Arkansas, by the way. You're not going to meet Ice Cube at the NWA con. It won't happen. You won't be there. Um, but yeah, we might be able to hang out there. So, oh, do you know whether it was the English or the Japanese voice actor? I'm sure it was the American one, but
it was the English one. It was the American one. I can't remember her name. I gotta check through it again. But yeah, yeah, I saw it. They had a whole little thing, like little cooler setup for her and stuff like that. And it was pretty much they was. I think she did a whole. I think it was like a little concert or something. Like at the all the way at the other end, I heard and everybody was singing and dancing, and that's what. That's what my little sister said that it was like a little concert for Sailor Moon actors and all that stuff happening all the way at the other end. I was like, wow.
gotcha. So she probably does the Sailor Moon singing of some kind.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be Stephanie Shea, I guess.
yeah, that's it.
Mike knows his anime. He's up on that. In fact, if you want to know everything about what's going on in anime, comics, and professional wrestling, tune in at the top of the hour here over at the mic stand when he goes through the niche news of the day, and of course, pop in on the mic stand on Friday when he goes through the comic book historic retrospective. I never get all those words in the right order, but it's basically going back to the Silver Age and going through week by week, picking some comics for next in a row and reading them out loud. Golden Age comics like crack comics, feature funnies. Just now, just recently having gotten into action comics and detective comics because they just started getting published as he's going through history. So it's a good time to head over on Fridays at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, whatever time it is anywhere else. Because you're starting to really get into the heyday now of when comics were selling in the millions of copies and getting returned in the hundreds of thousands as well. But they were selling a lot more than they are now, and publishers were rolling in the dough. It was big business.
Yes,
I'd love to see that come back again, just in time to catch everybody doing indie work like this.
exactly.
I don't know what we need to light that fuse. I don't think Marvel movies are cutting it. They're
Nah,
not bringing people to comics.
no, not in the droves that it needs to be. It just has to be. Just have to start with the next generation up on this. The 3, 4 to 6. You got to start with them. You gotta make
Get the kid reading.
comics valuable to them, and then once they're like in my age range, then that's the fan base. You gotta start over.
I was hooked on comics at 4 years old because of comics. I knew how to read before I went to kindergarten. Nobody else knew I knew how to read, and I didn't tell them because I just assumed everybody could.
Mhm.
So it wasn't until first grade that they found out that Dick and Jane was really boring me because I was reading photosynthesis and chlorophyll because I was reading Flash comics and Floronic Man and Batman and Poison Ivy. And once they found it out, then I got promoted in reading. I had to leave the class and go to another classroom in grade school. I had to go play with the second graders, and all they did was beat me up. So why did I want to do that? And it just so I was always a year ahead in reading through the rest of grade school.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, I think that's the thing though. Basically, is you got to start young and make comics valuable to them. So by the
Yeah.
time they're at buying age, then that they will have that for basically comics. Their love for comics.
Of course, if we could make them 64 pages and only cost a dime, that would help too. We could really move a lot of them. They'd be flying off the shelves. All right. Sean, it's been fun talking with you again. And I love what I'm seeing every time I look at this. I can't wait to see what you guys put out next.
Sweet. Thank you.
I got to get my hands on some of these now that this campaign is ending. I don't have much time left. So I will take care of that. Appreciate you being on here. Come back anytime you just like, hey, I haven't been on Critical Blast in a while. We'll make a space for you. We'll boot somebody off if we got to. Yeah, no, we'll find a place to put you. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you being here tonight. We don't have a show without you. Even if you're watching on the replays, and if you are, be sure to hit that link below, because the campaign, it's 3 days to go right now, but it's going to go in demand, so you might be seeing it while it's still in demand. Hit it, go check it out, pick the tier that's right for you, and it's going to be shipping immediately. It is November. It is ready to go. It'll be shipping by the end of the month. So, other than that, Sean, have a happy Thanksgiving, man.
All right, thank you so much.
Fill up on the turkey. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving out there. And while y'all were here with us, as always, we hope you had a blast. Good night.